Vic Tobin from Premier Hotel Realty, and this is another one of our expert interview series, and we're here with attorney Elizabeth Blandon, who specializes in immigration law, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about immigrating to the United States, a little bit about investing in the United States, and some special issues. And Elizabeth, tell us a little bit about your practice and what you do.
So I celebrate being a lawyer in Florida 20 years, coming up in April. I can't believe time has flown so quickly. One of the highlights of my career is that I was certified as an expert in immigration law by the Association of the State's Attorneys, and that's a very big honor, which I take with great responsibility because it means that I have to learn more than a normal immigration attorney, make sure that I stay up to date. It's my responsibility and my duty. And Rick, I'm actually one of about 7 or 8 attorneys that statewide we get together and we do the test that makes other immigration attorneys take if they want to become a board certified immigration attorney. So that's what we do. And at Blandon Law we work as a team. We have over 40 years of experience with members combined, and it's really a pleasure to do.
So we're here in South Florida. Is your work confined to South Florida, or do you get around, deal with people around the other areas?
That's a funny question. We have clients from over 80 countries, and I personally, because of my work, have seen every state in the United States.
Okay, wonderful. So one of the questions that we get selling commercial property, and we deal with people from all over the world, a lot of the people from Periscope are coming in from different areas. They're interested in finding out if they can invest and how soon they can invest in the U.S. So what would you tell them?
So any foreign national can invest in the United States. We welcome your money, we like your business, and there's no regulation or rule or law that says a foreigner cannot invest in the United States. How soon they can invest will depend on services such as the services provided by your company. The more knowledge they have, the better the experts who are working with them. That will determine how quickly they invest. And how quickly they get immigration benefits from those investments will be dependent on the immigration benefit they are seeking, whether a visa or residency, and also how quickly they work with their attorney to make those goals a reality.
So there's a lot of different visas that would apply to different people and different people's situations. Can you give a short summary? I know you can't go into the details. Everybody's situation's a little bit different, but what type of visas do you see, and what types of investments would maybe help facilitate a visa?
Okay, so the most common, I would say the most common visa for an investor is one known as an E2 visa. It's actually a visa for investors, but it only applies to people from certain countries. And if someone contacts my office, we'll be more than happy to provide as a courtesy that list of countries where a person, if you're national of that country, you can get a visa to come to the United States with an investment, and then you can stay here for, each time you come in, you can stay for a period of 2 years. The key to that type of visa, though, that's very important, is that during a period of about 2 years, you're going to need to have at least 10 employees. So the investment that I would say would be perfect for an E2 visa would be one where it's some kind of company that is being purchased that has the potential to have eventually 10 employees. There's others, such as the L visa, which is a visa for managers or executives coming from another country, and they're coming to a subsidiary or an affiliate company here in the United States. Or vice versa, it could be a parent company in the United States that's bringing a manager or executive from a subsidiary abroad. There's something very important in those investments, and that's why I'm glad you asked and give me the opportunity. That investment, I would say you'd want a business that has been in business, not just registered on the books, but actually conducting live business for at least a year, because it'll be easier to get the visa, and these are visas that are difficult to get. There's also residency by investment. We can go into that if you'd like.
So, and then a lot of people have heard about the EB-5 visa. Do you have an opinion on that, or want to give any background on that?
So the EB-5 program is a program whereby a person can obtain residency, meaning they can stay legally in the United States, they can travel outside the United States as long as they wish. It's considered also the step right before becoming a U.S. citizen. And the EB-5 program is a great program because two of the requirements are the amount of the investment and also the job creation in our country. So, in theory, it's a wonderful idea. The minimum investment is $1 million unless the person's company, the investor's company, is in a targeted employment area, which is either a rural area or there's high unemployment. And then the amount is $500,000. Now, when you say, do you have an opinion on it, it really, I think a lot of news about the EB-5 program has been focusing on something called regional centers. Regional centers are groups, or like companies, where they get several investors at a time. So they'll get perhaps 10 investors, each investor with $1 million, a $10 million project, and they'll either make a hotel or something, and each investor will be able to say that they have 10 employees because they'll have 100 employees altogether. But that's not the only way to do it. And I think some people, I find, don't want to go in on a group with people they don't know. They don't want to bet $1 million with people they don't even know or have just recently met, and they want to develop their own company. They want to choose a company that they like, that they can buy, and they say, you know what, this is a good idea. What's interesting is the same companies that you can use to get an E2 visa, because it has the promise of 10 employees, you can also use, if the amount of money that investment cost was $1 million, you can also use that same investment to then get legal permanent residency for yourself and your family.
I can tell you as a real estate broker, when I see people coming in for the EB-5, I recommend that they look to an investment in something that they're already familiar with. Obviously, they have substantial assets. They probably had a business somewhere else, and that they look to do a direct investment in something that they're familiar with.
I think that's a good idea.
Do you have any thoughts on how real estate brokers might expose properties to foreign investors?
Well, as with anything in business, I think it all starts with the relationship, right? So you want to go with a real estate broker who's referred, who's known, and who has a good rapport with the community. Because that'll be the person who will not go only by the list, but will also, the list that's available to all brokers, but will reach out to his or her contacts and will in the community, and will say, do you know of opportunities? I have a potential investor. And I think, as with everything else, it's the contacts that make the investment really pop, as with any business. So if you're an investor and you're coming to the United States, just think back about how your business has worked. And I guarantee the best opportunities has usually come through proper contacts. So the best thing that a real estate broker can do, I think, is develop a relationship with an investor. The best thing an investor can do is find a broker that they can develop a relationship with, and they'll be able to present them the opportunities that go well with that investor's knowledge, desire, what they're looking to do for themselves and their family.
One final question, Elizabeth. We have a limited amount of time here, and obviously you can't address people's specific situations. We could address some things here, but if somebody wants to get in touch with you, if they want to tell you about their particular issue, how would they do that? How would they initiate that conversation with your law office?
So at our website, which is Blandon-Law.com, there's actually a part there where you can go and you can also call our office, but on our website, Blandon-Law.com, is a request consultation, and you just fill out the name, email, a little blurb, and that gets sent directly to our office, and they will contact you and make sure that that happens. The other way is, if they're in the United States, anywhere in the United States, they can call our office, 954-385-0157, and then same thing, they'll be put through to a phone conference or an in-person consultation.
Terrific. So we'll have that information and a banner across the video when it goes on YouTube. And if somebody wants to get in touch with my company, we're Premier Hotel Realty, www.premierhotelrealty.com. And I appreciate your time.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.